Has the time come for the PS3? So yes, the PS3. Is it time? 20 years after it was released. There seems to be a bit of a movement for the PS3, doesn't there? Probably because of this online shop being closed, I would imagine. It's caused the sort of upsurge in interest in it, perhaps. Anyway, I've said before on this channel, the PS3 is the generation where I switched off. Both the PS3 and the 360. I had both at launch, and I've still got my original launch PS3. You know, hardly used it. Touchwood works like a treat. Obviously the original fat with the backwards compatibility, all mint in the box. You know, I'd never sell it, and I never have sold it, obviously. But like I've said many times, it's the generation where I kind of fell away from gaming in general. Not probably solely due to the PS3 and 360, but it formed a large part of why I fell away from it, I think. You know, it also coincided when, at a similar time, you know, I met the girl who I then married, and you know, you get busy doing life stuff, don't you? And you know, consequently, that combined with the PS3 and the style of games that were originally released for it, it just switched me off, and I kind of left gaming away, you know, on the back burner for quite a few years. I don't know, 4 or 5 years maybe. From that kind of 05 to 10, maybe, I don't know, maybe, when did it come out? 06 was it? Probably about 3 or 4 years I left gaming. I never left completely, but I was not very bothered at all during the whole of the sort of peak of this generation. And I've never got back into it. The only thing I've ever really used my PS3 for is to play Daytona. I still stand by the fact it's the best game on the PS3 and 360. And it's by far, I would say, it must be 70% of my time with the PS3 switched on has been playing Daytona. I've got some original games, like from when I bought them new at the time, the few that I did buy. But primarily, my PS3 collection has been acquired in more recent years, and I've kind of acquired them as I've gone along, really, and I've never really played any of them. I might have tried a few to a limited extent, but I've never really sat down and played any game, you know, fully on a PS3, you know, 20 years later or whatever it is. So I don't know, it's now starting to enter my consciousness a bit, possibly through getting into the PS5 and subsequently, you know, maybe getting a bit of more of a love for modern style games than I've ever had before. And it got me thinking about the PS3. And obviously with this store closing down and, you know, losing all your access to your games you've downloaded, your digital games, primarily for me, Daytona. Over the years I've bought a couple of other PS3s. I've bought a Japanese one and an American one, again backwards compatible ones, and I bought the American one primarily to be able to play American PS2 games, because I was never able to play them. The Japanese one since broke, so then I was left with my original fat one and my fat American PS3, and I got to thinking, I need another backup here. I need another backup copy of Daytona, as it were. So I decided to buy another PS3, and this time I thought I'm going to get the slim version, because obviously it's allegedly much more reliable than the fat one, even though you've lost the backwards compatibility with the PS, which one is it, 2 or I forget which, it doesn't matter. So I bought a slim one. I don't really like the super slim. I've never had one. I've never had a slim either. So I bought the slim, and I've got to say it's a really nice looking console. I'm really impressed with it. So obviously I've downloaded all my stuff onto this new slim PS3. So I've now got theoretically 3 consoles with all my digital backup stuff on. I have looked into other stuff which you can get, which I never did download, and there are 2. There's one called Rain, which I think is a Japanese exclusive, and in physical form I believe, and you can get it digitally, and you can get Time Crisis 4, which I never realised. I've since tried to download it. Now I've had this problem before. I know you've got to add funds via your PS4 or 5, and then you've got to use your PS3 to then download the stuff as and when you want onto your PS3. I've tried this. I've uploaded funds into my wallet via the PS4. I can see it there on my PS3, but it won't let me use it. Super annoying. So as of this time, I can't download these 2 games I would like to buy, Rain and Time Crisis 4. There must be a way to do it. I perhaps need to look into it and mess around a bit more. But it would be fantastic if I could add those 2 onto my digital library before it becomes impossible to. So that then brings me on to the physical games I've got in my collection. Like I say, 90% of which I've never played. And just recently I've been buying the odd 1 or 2 as I've been going around what I've seen, which I thought looked kind of interesting, and primarily I've been looking to buy all the races, or the races that interest me. So basically now I'm going to run through my collection, and this is, as it stands, what I consider worth buying on the PS3 physically. Because values, I think we've reached the peak, sort of, peak's the wrong word, we've reached the Mariana Trench in PS3 prices, haven't we? They've hit rock bottom, now they're starting to rise. Because when I first got back into sort of gaming in general, about 2009, it was primarily buying retro stuff for the Mega Drive, which at that time was around 20 years old. And we're now at that point with the PS3, aren't we? The PS3 is now 20 years old. Though I've never considered it retro, and I don't think I ever will, because I think anything HD is not retro. Though inevitably, theoretically, it really is retro, isn't it? Anyway, they're in groups, my PS3 software. This first bunch are all Move compatible games. I'm not into that kind of stuff really, but I've bought some of these purely because they were dirt cheap, and they've got some kind of interest, because in actual fact I do think the Move is quite good. It's obviously like a Wii. They copied the Wii, didn't they? But I think it's probably better than the Wii controller. Anyway, first up, I booked this Book of Spells. Never tried this. It came in a bundle of other stuff. I probably won't ever try it, but I do like Harry Potter stuff. And it's something to do with Harry Potter, so I kept it. Though I think you need some kind of, you need a wonder book or something, don't you? Which I haven't got, so it may be useless, I don't know. Anyway, next up, Kung Fu Rider. This is really quite good. It's kind of like a snowboarding game on an office chair. It's crazy, but actually decent, that is. Now again, I love a bowling game, and so had to buy Brunswick Pro Bowling. You can't go wrong with bowling. I don't think I've ever tried this Champion Jockey. I do like these Champion Jockey games. First had this on the PS1 when it was called Gallop Racer. But like I say, I've never tried this. I think that's a reasonably expensive move game. I don't think it's that common from memory. Then, who doesn't love darts? So I had to get the darts. It worked better than I was expecting. Never tried this. London 2012. I mean, I do like a track and field game. How it works with the move, I've no idea. But it's one of these since Sega took the Olympics license over. I mean, it could be good. I don't know. Now this is another one. After Hours Athletics. It's a dual title. But essentially, it's got bowling and darts on it. So that's why I bought it. I can't remember if it was any good. Now these, I'll show these two together. Sport Champions 1 and 2. You might think this is fodder, but these are really good. It's kind of the Wii Sports of the move. They're not all amazing events, but some are fantastic. I think there's petanque on here. There's archery, which is really good. But my personal favourite, I forget which one it's on. Might be the first one, possibly. Anyway, disc golf. Absolutely brilliant game. Phenomenal. And it's like a pound, that thing. You obviously need the move controllers, but nevertheless, it's a pound, and it's amazing just for disc golf. Which, if you're not sort of aware, disc golf is golf with a frisbee. Fantastic. Never tried this. Motion Sports Adrenaline. Some kind of multi-event. Extreme sports. I don't know, is it skydiving, downhill mountain biking, kayaking or something? Again, it might be good. I do love a golf game. I don't think I've ever tried that. And we've also got Tiger Woods 13. Again, I don't think I've tried it. I certainly haven't tried this. Summer Stars 2012. Again, it's a multi-event Olympics type game. Track and field. Then we've got, I've not tried this either, Child of Eden. I think this is some kind of musical rhythm. Yeah, Res and Lumines. I think that's supposed to be good. I've never tried it. Then we've got Heavy Rain, which again I think is supposed to be really good. And there's two versions of this. There's the standard one and this move one. I think it's some kind of interactive movie, isn't it? I don't know. Never tried it. But I seem to remember having trouble getting this move version. Then we've got the best 3 reasons to own a move. And we've got the Shoot, which is a fantastic light gun game. House of the Dead Overkill, incredible. And the best one of all, Time Crisis Rising Storm, which also includes Time Crisis 4 and the amazing Dead Storm Pirates. Again, worth buying a move just to be able to play that. Right, next up we've got the fighting section. Kind of. First, we've got the Mega Drive Ultimate Collection, which I think is the definitive version of this Mega Drive release, isn't it? What's been on everything. I seem to remember people say the later versions aren't as good. We've then got the fighting section. We've got Soul Calibur 4, fantastic games. Soul Calibur 5, Virtua Fighter 5, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate. And then we're on to kind of a Sega section, if you like. And we've got Virtua Tennis 3, Virtua Tennis 4 as a theme, and Virtua Tennis 2009. Obviously the best tennis games ever made. And then we've got another Sega Olympics tie-in. This time we've got Vancouver 2010, which I'm sure I bought this brand new. I did. From Asda. I don't know, doesn't say which price it was. It was either $15.71 or $19.71. But yeah, I do like a Winter Olympics game. That was really good, as I remember, the bit I played of it. Right, we're then on to the section which I'm calling the games I never play. These are kind of the reason I fell away from gaming and sort of abandoned the PS3 and 360, really. And this small selection of stuff, basically, I've ended up with through, you know, bits have come with other stuff in bundles. A couple I think I've seen out and about for cheap and decided I'll buy that, I might play it one day. And the one was a very kind gift. But there's nothing in my collection that people would generally associate with the PS3, really. All the AAA stuff that people at the time wanted on the PS3, you know, all your first person stuff, I had no interest in. Hence why I stepped away, because that's all that seemed to come out initially. It was all FPS games, 3D, adventure, whatever style games. Just wasn't for me. Anyway, these are the ones. I think I've played one of these. We've got Skyrim, much lauded. I'll probably never play it, but I just decided to keep it when I found it in a bundle. This one is a very recent pickup, actually, and this came about, and David is to blame for this one. Fallout 3. He said it was brilliant. Doesn't seem my cup of tea, but on David's recommendation, I decided to buy that. I'll probably never play it. This is the one I have played, and again I bought this brand new back in the day, and it's still my original that I bought. When I was still under the illusion they might make a decent Sonic game. At the time this was, I think, their best effort, and I did think it was alright, and much better than, you know, all the other fodder they kept releasing. I still think it's probably one of the better ones, but that's not saying a lot, is it? Yeah, this next one, we've got the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection. Never played either one. I'll tell a lie. I think I did play a bit of Shadow of the Colossus on the PS2 once, the first level, which did seem good. And I did have both of these on the PS2 many years ago, and I decided to upgrade to this HD version. Never tried either one. This one I found cheap in CEX, I think, and I bought it just because it got a nice sleeve, and we've got Batman Arkham City. It's the one with, I think it's they call it the Robin sleeve, don't they? Because it's got Robin on the front. It's just lenticular. It's really nice. Again, I know these games are well regarded. I think I did try the one on the Wii U when I had a full set of them, and it did seem good. But again, I've never tried this either. But it is one thing I like about the PS3 is some of the early stuff or earlier stuff, had got this 3D compatibility, and a couple of the ones I've tried, because I've got a 3D TV, it's really good. So this is in 3D, might be worth trying at some point. And that Ico and Shadow of the Colossus was, again, massively regarded game. I've always kind of fancied playing this right from when they launched the first one, but I've never played any of them. And it's Red Dead Redemption. Again, it's just the thought of such a huge, massive game puts me right off. And I've got very little motivation to try and play something that's going to take like 40, 50 hours, whatever it is. Instant turn off. Anyway, next up, in a similar vein, I've always quite fancied playing this, but exactly the same scenario. We've got LA Noire. Love the setting and the theme of this, but it just puts me off. And then this last one was the very kind gift of the legend that is Mark, Geordie Slasher. Dark Souls. It's been a few years now since he kindly gifted me this, and he said, just play it. Unfortunately, I still haven't, so sorry Mark if you're watching. One day I'll get round to it. I don't think I'll get on with it, but it tells you on the back, doesn't it? Prepare to die. It's supposed to be balls hard, isn't it? So it's very nice though. Right, now into the meat and potatoes of the collection, and it's the racers. I've got another one on screen actually, much like Daytona. This is awesome. GTI Club, never released except on the Wii. Obviously the Wii don't look too clever, so fantastic to be able to play this. Right, I've got quite a decent racer collection on the PS3. I certainly haven't got them all, and I'm not sure if there's a few more that I might like to add. If there's any you know of that I don't show you, let me know, because of all the stuff out there, PS3 and 360 is the generation I probably know least about. Right, first up, Gran Turismo 5. I should have said all these are complete in box where possible. Obviously some stuff doesn't come with manuals, does it, on PS3? It was the beginning of the end. F1 2012, which I believe is the best F1 game. That's quite a recent pickup. There's quite a few recent pickups amongst this stuff, actually. Right, next up we've then got Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012, I think this is known as, isn't it? Because it's obviously, the original was on the 360. And 360 exclusive, well, it's not on the PS3 basically, it's on the PS2. But that one's worth like 60-70 quid on the 360 now, and ironically, when I got a 360 at launch, that was the one game I had with it, Need for Speed Most Wanted, the original one that's now worth 70 quid. And at some point, you know, my 360 went with that. I've never had it since, and there's no way I could spend £70 on a Need for Speed game now, so unfortunately the 2012 remake will have to do, and I have got the PS2 one. Right, waffle over. Need for Speed The Rivals. There's a theme here. Need for Speed The Run. I have played a bit of this. This seemed good, I thought. This is the one I need to play. Everybody tells me it's brilliant, and I've never played it, and it's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Then we've got Shift 2. The original Need for Speed Shift. Need for Speed Undercover. Need for Speed Pro Street, which I think, according to Stu, this is the worst one of the PS3 ones. And then Need for Speed Carbon, which is the most expensive of the PS3 Need for Speed games. Never played it. Right, we've then got That's something else actually with these races on the PS3. When I got my original steering wheel for the PS3 to play Daytona on my kind of makeshift driving rig, I started to try and get all the games that were compatible with the steering wheel. It's quite a hard. I tried googling and just contradicting information, so I just ended up buying stuff and trial and error basis. Because some stuff works with the wheel brilliant, some stuff works but not great. You get no feedback on the wheel and it don't feel brilliant, and other stuff don't work with the wheel at all. So anyway, this is one of the ones that's supposed to work with the wheel. Superstars V8. Not tried it yet. And there's also, oh hang on, that's Superstars V8, the next challenge, and this is Superstars V8, so that's obviously the original. Both are supposed to work, I haven't tried either. NASCAR 09, I do like a NASCAR game. And then we've got Grid, which I've played a tiny amount of, and it did seem good. This, again, I've played a tiny amount of, Midnight Club Los Angeles. Not strictly a racer from where I played it, more of a driver, kind of mission based, a bit like kind of Grand Theft Auto, isn't it? More driver, that kind of thing. But it seemed alright, that, actually. We've then got Supercar Challenge, which I think is a follow-on to Ferrari Challenge, and both of these I think are supposed to work with the wheel. I haven't tried either. We've then got a classic game, a Japanese import exclusive, and it's Wangan Midnight. Obviously a street racing game, really good. And then in a similar vein, we've got Initial D Extreme Stage. Again, fantastic game, Sega arcade game, really, really good. And it's the only way you can get it. It's Japanese exclusive. Right, so then we've got the classic Sega Rally, Revo if you want to call it that. Basically Sega Rally 3. I never felt the same about this, to be honest. It's lost something. It doesn't feel like the original, but it's still a good game. This is fantastic, Ridge Racer 7. This doesn't work. It does work with the wheel, but it doesn't work very well. You don't get any feedback, and so I don't like it with the wheel, to be honest. We've then got a fairly new pickup. I've never heard of this, and I learned of it recently, and it's Skidoo Challenge. I ended up buying the American one because it was cheaper. It's quite hard to come by, the PAL version of this. I think CEX have got one or two in stock. And then you've got the lottery of whether it's going to come with a manual, so I decided just to buy it on eBay. Got the American version with the manual, discs in the machine, because I've been playing it. It's not bad at all, this. Nice surprise. Snowmobile racing, really good. Then next up, we've got NASCAR Unleashed, which is a Mario Kart style take on a NASCAR game, much in the mould of the new one on the PS5. What's that called? NASCAR Arcade Rush, is it? Anyway, not a bad game, that. American exclusive, as you might expect. We've then got Split Second Velocity, which I've played a bit of. It is good. We've then got, this is highly regarded, I've never got round to trying it yet, and it's Blur. Again, this is supposed to be like a Need for Speed game mixed with like Mario Kart, isn't it? It's supposed to be really good. One day I'll get round to trying it. Now we have got a Mario Kart clone here. We've got Mod Nation Racers. I think I've briefly tried this, seemed alright. Much in the same mould, and this, I'm really irritated by this because it's the Essentials box. I need to get the proper one, and it's Little Big Planet karting. Again, I've only played a bit of this, and it did seem really quite decent, I thought. Again, this is really quite good as well. Similar mould, and it's F1 race stars this time. Again, this is F1 mixed with the Mario Kart clone, but this is really good. This is also really good. Another Mario Kart style game, and it's Sega and Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. Not as good as the sequel, but it is decent. We've then got, I don't think I've got the sequel on the PS3 actually. No, that's another one to add to the list. Sonic Racing Transformed on the PS3. We've then got Motorstorm Apocalypse. Don't think I ever played that. Motorstorm Pacific Rift. I can't remember if I ever played this either. I don't remember. I did play a bit of this initially. Obviously this was close to launch. It might have even been a launch game. Can't remember. But I did buy this at the time. And it was really good at the time. And it's still, they're still decent games. We've then got Dirt Showdown, which I quite like. Not amazing, but it's a lot more arcade based rally game than the other Dirt games really. And we've obviously got Dirt 3. We're nearly there now. Dirt 2. And the original Dirt in a nice steelbook. I think it's my only steelbook for the PS3 actually. Burnout Paradise Ultimate Box. There's another Burnout game I think I possibly might like to buy. Revenge is in it I think. We've then got MotoGP 1011. I do like my MotoGP in general, but not in game form. I don't like bike games really. I don't think that, I don't know, I just don't like them. But I've got one, you know. I think that was more arcadey, more so than, you know, the modern ones are like really simmy and not for me. We've then got WRC FIA World Rally Championship. If I remember right, this works with a wheel. Formula 1 World Championship. I think I had this brand new back in the day, and I think this is my original. Again, the older F1 games are far better than the new ones in my opinion. They've just got way too simmer. Then we've got GT5 Academy Edition. I'm not actually sure what the difference is. I'm guessing there's more content on this, like a DLC version I would imagine. I haven't actually got GT6, which I need to get as well. GT5 Prologue. Again, this is my original from brand new. It was a forerunner, wasn't it, really? It was nice at the time. Then we've got Baja Edge of Control. Kind of off-road beach buggy racing. I used to have this on the 360, and I kind of, it's one of these I think I swapped to the PS3 to see if it would work with the wheel. Never tried it, so it was alright as I remember. And then the last one is quite a recent pickup, and we've got Test Drive 2 Unlimited, or Test Drive Unlimited 2 I should say. I never had these back in the day. Daz recently showed this, K-Lloyd Gamer, on his on one of his like a track mode videos, and it looked quite good. And then after that I found the steelbook version of the PS2 game, the original game, and thought, when I see that, you know, for reasonable, I'll get that, and so I have. Again, it's more like, well, I haven't played this, but the original one was more of a drive and adventure style game. I'm assuming this is the same. you know, kind of Forza Horizon style game, isn't it? But never, you know, nice to have. So there we go. That's the entirety of my PS3 collection. If you think there are any glaring omissions, let me know, especially the races. I do think I need Burnout Revenge, I need GT6, and I need Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform. So I definitely know there's 3 I need. But if you know of any others which are good and worth buying, let me know. I'm not interested in any FPS war 3D game, so please don't recommend them. The others, there are a couple of others imports I would kind of like. But they've gone silly expensive, and I've missed the boat really. I don't want them enough to spend the money they go for. You know, there's one called Railfan I would like, which is like a train simulator game, much in the mould of Denture to Go. There's the Strider game. Again, it's really expensive. There's the Dungeons and Dragons beat 'em up compilation. Again, expensive. There's this one I can't download. What did I say? Rain. I think there's a physical of that. Again, it's expensive. So, I don't know. But the library's so big, and I know so little about it. I'm sure there will be other things that crop up. But anyway, thank you for watching if you've got this far. Let me know of any recommendations, especially the races. And yes, is it time for the PS3?